How's it going, you bunch of orcs? Welcome back to the den. And today, here's 5 completely random fitness myths that you hear everywhere. Myth number 1 is, sure, just turn that fat into muscle. Fat is fat. Muscle is muscle. So therefore, call it a crazy concept, fat remains as fat and muscle remains as muscle. So people, you'll usually see big people in the gym. If this was true, right, if fat turned into muscle, which it doesn't, let's make that short there, but if it did, right, you would, every time you see a 240 pound massive blob of a man coming to the gym, walking on his treadmill, or he's doing a light jog and he's breathing heavy, well then you would go, oh, fuck me, if he lifts a few weights, he's gonna be huge. He's gonna be like a bison. Too big, too strong, too bison. But that's not true. We know that's not true. So what usually happens is when you're a planet of a man, but good on you, planet of a woman, planet of a man, but a big orc, good on you. You're making a change, you're making a difference in the world. But what happens is, generally you'll find that a lot of the weight you lose is going to be muscle and fat. Hence the reason why you drop so much weight the first few days is it's mostly water fat and it's mostly muscle, because the body burns muscle much easier than it burns fat. So therefore, that means that muscle can get lost, fat can get lost, but fat is fat. You burn the fat, use it as an energy resource, and the muscle is a muscle. You can't turn the fat into muscle. Muscle is a separate entity, and so is fat. You know, when you have them sort of funny, I mean, that's a kind of thing when fat hangs down over your belly, for example, and drips down in that loose skin shit. You can't make that a muscle. If there's a chunk of some sort of mutated blobby shit under your belly button was if there's a lump of muscle, it wouldn't make sense. Think of these things logically. Fat is fat, muscle is muscle. You can't put fat into muscle. Myth over. Which leads us on to number 2. Number 2 is, the only way to lose weight is through cardio. To get it out of the way straight away, who even wants to do cardio? Cardio is horrible. I would literally rather see the bit under the ball sack that connects near to the a-hole bit. Well, I would actually literally rather that wee flappy bit of, like a chicken neck, I'd rather cut it with a knife, right, and let it really sting, than actually, like, then do a 5-minute light run. That's just and that's even just a light run for 5 minutes. Do you see how passionate I am about cardio? Like, the truth is, cardio can be effective. High intensity cardio can be effective for losing weight. Yes. However, the best line of attack for women and men is to stop getting intimidated and go straight away into weight training. So what's going to happen with weight training? Well, you can, if with good heavy weight training and lifting, you can burn just as amount of calories, if not more. So according to a 40-minute weight session compared to an hour run, you can actually burn more calories. The more muscle you build and the more your body fat percentage drops over the ratio of muscle percentage in the body, you're going to be able to burn calories much easier than much. So once your body becomes more muscle than fat, basically you'll burn sometimes 2 to 3 more calories than the average person that doesn't have that ratio over. So if you can get to that point, you'll be a complete master sculptor. You know, if you want to apply some clay for a muscle one day, you'll be able to do it. If you want to apply some clay to get more fat, it'll be straightforward enough to do. So, get a bit of both, but recommend lifting unless you enjoy running. If you enjoy running, then that's fine, but you're mental. This next one is for girls. It is, it's a bit of a girl one, they always say. They say, I don't want to lift weights because I'll get bulky. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get bulky. Reason why you won't get bulky, unless you are of a stature of a woman that is a bit bison-y. You know, you have that stature of a bison, you know, where this thing sticks out really far, kind of a bullock thing going on. Then, if you do heavy squats and lifting, you may still retain a lot of that before you lose a lot of the weight. So you may still look like a giant animal that ancient people would have put stuff on to walk across mountains and stuff in fields, or carry bottles of wine. But it's not going to happen. So once you lose weight, okay, if you lift weights, it's just going to make you lean. Now, the reason why girls can't get bulky is because they don't have enough testosterone in the body. Females are predominantly more estrogen, where males are predominantly more testosterone. Very basic. Testosterone is one of the big things to put muscle mass on and promote it. Estrogen, on the other hand, for guys especially, is quite detrimental, holds fan in the sort of sensitive areas. Does the same for women, however, women need it for reproductive science, so we can understand that. We're not going to put you in prison for having estrogen. But what I'm saying is that you can't get that big. That's why you don't have a stature as big as men, or you can't build muscles as big as men, because that was disgusting. Because you don't have enough testosterone. Now, if you don't want to get big as men, you see some women that are big as men, you go, fuck, she's fucking huge in terms of muscular stature. Well, she's probably injecting steroids or some sort of male hormone into her veins. Yeah. But see, so number 4, steroids just puts muscle on you. Just like that. Like, if that were easy, I'd be fucking taking the things. I'm kind of a wimp. I'm quite scared to take any kind of drugs. I haven't even tried smoking. I'm not much of a square. I mean, you're looking at me and going, that guy looks cool. He's probably smoking all sorts of crack and injecting crack in his veins and crack. He just loves crack. I haven't tried it, actually. I haven't tried any of that. I'm too scared. I think if you inject steroids in one day, it could just be one of them sort of like bad lines of coke where you snort it and then just on the brain and you're frothing in the floor. You're fucking dead. But steroids, if anything, can put a lot of weight on you. It can really alter your metabolism. Now, it will make you stronger. It will make you... What a steroid really does is more of a male hormone to testosterone. It's going to repair your system much quicker. So it means that if you hit a weight day one day, when you come the next day, you're going, I don't feel a thing. I can do this all goddamn year. Now, the thing is it's not going to put muscle on you. You need a solid diet. Solid training regime. In fact, you need to tick all them boxes. So when you're one of the YouTube comments that say, when you say bodybuilding, you go, yeah, I wonder what kind of juice he's on. Well, just laugh all you want because he's got more gains than you, and good on him for taking steroids in the first place because he is making all kinds of bumpy bits around the body. Now, yes, he can't get a hard on, or the instrument will just not pump anything, it won't work. But what a bicep. What a bicep. So yeah, it's not easy work. Steroids still to be muscular still requires a lot of work. So before you want to these companies go, well, what steroid do you take? Yes, you may be on steroids, but it also takes a lot of work. So respect the goddamn steroid. Last one. If you don't sweat in the gym, you're not working hard enough. Like, I like to sweat in the gym. It kind of makes my body sort of think psychologically going, Carl, man, you're doing such good work. You bison, you orc, you yak, you complete bull, you. But in reality, all sweating is your body going, man, it's getting warm in this bitch. Let's cool you down. Let's get some twinkly water bits around your eyebrows. So, in saying that, it does feel much better when you sweat, because you do feel it, you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're burning calories or you're lifting weights. You know what I mean? I can go into a really hot room and sweat. It doesn't mean I'm working really. So you can lift weights sometimes, and sometimes in a whole workout, studies show that even if you don't even break a sweat, you're still burning calories because you're still performing. You're just still using up energy to perform tasks. So sweating doesn't mean, you know, don't worry. If you're going to the gym, you're not sweating, don't worry. But that doesn't mean, Sandra, that you can go into the gym and walk on a treadmill and talk to your friend for a few seconds and go, well, Sandra, I've seen this video of this complete bison online, and he was saying to me that I don't need to sweat to lose weight. I mean, what? No, you need to work, Sandra. Don't use this against me in any way. I don't care, because you won't make progress, and well, I'll still be making gains. So there's the top 5 fitness myths for you. What more can I say? They're myths. Don't believe them. They're not top 5s either. They're just random myths. I'll maybe even do another video of another 5 randoms, but they're random. So don't buy into them. Just keep consistent, keep eating, keep training, keep allowing your sexual organs to guide you, because if you allow them to guide you, you'll make a lot of muscle gains, and because ultimately you probably want to look good for your spouse or people around you. So listen to what it tells you, and then it'll probably motivate you more than anyone. And don't eat fried chicken as well. I've been Carl from the Orcs Den. You're welcome.